just start with some loosening. So working in this vertical, just pressing out of the feet, just leaving the arms loose, just exploring up. I really have the sensation of pushing out from the toes and then sinking down into the heel. So also play with the toes. You're gonna sink, come off off the toes as you raise back. You get a sense of this line that runs through the body. Play with the knees, kind of flexing them, straightening them. Also play a little bit with the head, so kind of tilting the head forward, backward. You just see what it kind of does to the tension in the body. So see how it affects the line of movement in the body. I'm still playing with a vertical, but it's kind of two hinges, the knees and the head on this back line of the body that runs through from the heel to the brow. Just kind of play with it. Okay, so the next direction, frontal. And in this case, really feel from the front of the toes, passing all the way up through the knees, up here. And then this line goes all the way up, extends into the neck. So both sides of the neck into the base of the skull. And what you're going to do is just play with this frontal line. Now you're really going to come in and out of the feet. Pressing weight in the back. Just play with it. I'm a little bit delayed. And in this case, just play a little bit with a kind of wave that runs through the body. So you can do this two ways, from the top of the head, kind of forehead, nose, lips, chin, neck, chest, down all the way down through the body. So you can feel a kind of wave that runs from the toes to the top of the crown of the head, so that you can kind of create a wave that you kind of press the whole body waves through. This is a good one to do in facing a wall. So if you've got a kind of flat wall, you kind of press, imagine you're pressing the forehead into the wall, and then you kind of go nose, teeth, chin, neck, chest, thoracic, hips, knees, feet, and then you kind of wave out of it. So just play a little bit with a kind of frontal wave. Okay, and then the next direction, lateral, just swaying side to side. And now you're starting to move into the blades of the feet. So just explore lateral movement. Sway. And so that this line really runs like the outside of the foot, all the way up this side of the leg. Here, comes up, and starts kind of crisscross across the ribs, and then eventually goes into the arms. So this line, just have a feeling like that part of the body. It doesn't really involve the head, this line. So it's the side of the leg, the rib cage, and it kind of just flows out into the arms. In this case, just feet. Also play a little bit with the contact in the feet. So you can do this a few ways, kind of coming out of the feet this way. So transferring the weight into the leg, the direction you're moving to. But you can also press out from the back leg. So with a sense that the back leg stays firmly in the ground this way. So you can explore these two ways. So kind of pressing out of the ground, or transferring the weight to one leg, or transferring through the back leg. I'll just play with that. Yeah. So, good. Super. Good. Okay, we go to rotation. So feet on the ground. In this case, this is really like a spiral line that runs through the body. So this one travels all the way up the legs and then crisscrosses across the hips and around the back. So really have a sense, in this case, this is a classic move. This spiral line runs across the body, wraps around, and then transfers down the legs. So it comes up, across, and around the back. Really wraps the body. This is really kind of functional line for rotation movement. Just allow the arms to follow. Play with the feet, where the pressure is in the feet. Good.
I mean, it's good that Leonard knows his money.
And in this case, the line doesn't really pass through the arms, just wraps around, wraps through the back, and then passes back down. In this case, the arms are really kind of not necessarily connected to this movement. What they're going to do is just follow the body. So in this case, just play a little bit with the arms and really find that they're kind of really heavy, dead weights. Just play with slightly kind of throwing them, tossing the arms out. So this way. Really keep them very light. Good. And also play really in this direction of tossing the arms front and back. So have the sense of doing it from the body. You're going to spiral from the body this way. Keeping the body really rotating and finding these movements. That's it. Good. Okay, and then the last one is going inside and outside the body. So rolling into the body, rolling out. Rolling into the body, rolling out. Into the body, rolling out. And in terms of kind of line work, in this case, this is really like an internal line that runs all the way through the body. And imagine this just kind of wrapping into the organs. So this wraps all the way inside the body. And what you're doing is kind of activating this part of the body. So this is much more of an internal line, which is a kind of have the feeling that it's kind of entangled all the way through the internal organs. You're just really roll in and out of this line. This way. And just keep the arms kind of loose. You just sense of compressing, rolling into the body. In this case, play with kind of small movements. Compressing, rolling out, and play with kind of opening it out. And then you're going to really close the body and really open the body. Okay, and we just go into the arm work. So what you do just from here, you're going to really stretch the arms out, really like you're pressing against two walls here. And then what you do is really rotate internally this way, and then really roll the hands up as far as you can. Really, again, have the feeling of pressing up, and then release it back down the side this way. Nice and relaxed. You're going to kind of roll up, reach out as if you're pressing, spreading from the shoulder blade, internally rotate. This way out, reach the hands up and really rolling up. Have the feeling the spine's really going to stretch up. Yeah, and then just release it and keep the arms down at the side and just let them loose, relax. So just do this 3 times. So stretching out, pushing, opening, rotating internally, the arms fully raising, keeping the tension in the arms, pressing up. And then release it back down. Okay, good. So go to a full stretch now. You're going to reach in, up. You're going to stretch back as far as you can. Keep the rotation. Now you're going to roll down. So hinging from the pelvis here. And then you're going to, with the arms, as if they're on the same line as the ear, keeping the top of the spine straight. And then stretch out this way. Just going to hold this for 10 seconds. Really stretch out. Keep the lower back as straight as you can. Okay, and stretch the arms out. Just hold it 10 seconds. 2 more seconds. Okay, and then what you're going to do is lower the hands towards the ground. So release, and now really release the head and the shoulders. And then just really slowly start to creep back up. Creeping up, rolling up through the spine. So again, you really reach up, stretching back. Yeah. Keeping the extension, bending from the pelvis. If you can keep the legs straight. Okay, keeping the arms on the same line as the ears. Really stretching, keeping the lower back straight for 10. That's it, good. A few more seconds. Good, and then release it all the way down. Bending the knees if you need to. Good. Good. And then just creep back up, roll up through the spine. Good. Okay, and then one more time. Just really try and maximize the stretch now. So rolling back. Find a little bit more flow in the movement. Rolling forward with the pelvis. Stretching back. Hold it for 10. And release to the ground. Let the head just hang loose. A few seconds. Good, and start to roll up. Okay, good. Do a kind of similar one. In this case, you're gonna reach into a horse stance. So you're gonna kind of, the knees slightly splayed out. You sink down into it. In this case, keep the spine as straight as you can. So sink down into it, and just gonna go into this position. You can use the arms at the front if you need to. The trick to this is see if you can keep the knees are gonna right, and see if you can keep the back straight. It's gonna sink down into the hips this way. This way. It's like a sumo position. So this way, really sink down, keeping the knees splayed. Sink down here. Good. Just hold this a few seconds. Okay, then what you're going to do is straighten the knees, straighten the legs, and at the same time, I'm going to hinge the body again forward this way. And then again, you're going to find the same stretch, stretching forward this way. And then you're going to reach towards the ground. So don't hold it this time. Reach to the ground. Hands shoulder width apart. And then what you're going to do with the feet, you're going to wiggle them together so that they meet the hands this way. You're going to shuffle the feet back together. That movement. So you're going to go from this position, feet wide, straight, and then just shuffle the feet in towards the hands. This way. Just hold this position. Good. And then again, just rolling back up. Really slow. Good. And again, just go into the feet splayed. I'm going to sit down into the horse stance. Here, use the arms just as a balance. So you can sit, this time a little bit lower, a little bit deeper, keeping the spine straight. Maybe feel it in the legs, the thighs. Good. And then you're going to hinge straight in the legs, rotate forward, stretch the arms out, and stretch them all the way into the ground. Yeah. Shuffle the feet together. If you can, try and keep the legs straight. And then bring in the hands towards the feet. And just coil up. Back up to the beginning. One last time. Feet wide. Finding the horse stance. And again, just see if you can sit deeper into it. You feel that the core is really solid. Nice and relaxed, dropped into the hips. A few seconds. Good. You're going to straighten the legs, hinge. Pelvis. Reaching forward. Round. Good. You're going to shuffle the feet together. Bring the hands towards the feet. And just start to lift up through the pelvis. This way. We're going to work on this movement. The first one, you're going to lie down, flat this way, all the way to the ground. Keep the shoulders flat on the ground, knees up, and you're going to rock the knees to the side. Side to side. Keep it loose to start, so small moves. And then see if you can start to increase it, side to side. Relax the head, keep the shoulders on the ground if you can. Let's do about 10. Okay, you're going to do the same movement. Now, just separate the legs a little bit, separate the feet. Okay, you're going to drop one knee down this way. And you can keep the other knee raised at this point. So the key in this is just starting to lower the hip this way. So both knees up, lower one knee each side, and just go as far as you can comfortably. Keeping the shoulders on the ground. This way. Just do about 10 each side. Okay, good. And then just come up into a sitting position. You do the same thing. So using the hands on the ground here. Okay, you're going to have the legs wide this way. What you're going to do now is you're going to go fully down into this position here. So both legs on the ground this way. So both the thigh and the whole leg touch the ground this way. Here and here. Okay, use the hands if you need to. What you're going to do now is transition. So raising from the knees, transition over, and then again find this position on the other side. Both legs touching the ground. Okay, and then you're going to transition over, really opening the pelvis this way, touching down. So use the hands if you need to. Take the weight. Just from seated, curling over to the pelvis. That's it. Good. That's it. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, you're going to do this 3 times each side. What you're going to do, this leg, the one that's on the outside, I want you to try and raise it off the ground. So I want you to really try and raise it off the ground. Not a lot, just enough this way. And then I want you to release it. Change sides this way. And I want you to really try and raise the leg off the ground. The foot off the ground this way. And then release it, go to the other side. Transfer the weight, and then you see if you can really raise it. This way. Yeah, so place the leg in the ground, and then see if you can raise the foot. One more time. There. Good, all the way over. Just raise the foot. Good. Raise the foot. Okay. What you're going to do now is you can do the same movement, just without the hands. So I want you to roll over this way. So without using the hands now, just rolling over with the core this way. So without the hands, really take your time. This way. You can do this 2 ways. You can go up into the kind of sit position and then press down with the leg. So coming up to sit and then rolling down with the legs. Or if you're kind of comfortable with it, you're used to it, just do this in one motion. So just kind of roll into it. So the leg's going to kind of fold over, fold over, fold over. And I'm really generating the movement from the core. Letting the pelvis really open. That's it. Good. That's it. Yeah, from this position, I want you to just start by rolling down this way. So keeping the feet flat on the ground. Start to roll down this way. Just either side, keep it very loose. Rolling down. If you can, try and keep the feet, both feet on the ground. So the flat right the way down. That's it. And just using the hands to support. Keeping most of the work in the pelvis. That's it. Okay, good. Then again, we're going to do this 3 times. You're going to go all the way down. Lift the heel of the back foot, the one that's underneath, and keep this foot flat on the ground this way. Just 1 time each side. Stretching out. Good. And then transfer over. So lifting the heel on the supporting leg, and see if you can keep the opposite leg flat. The opposite foot flat. Okay, and then go back to the other side. Find the same position. Now what I want you to do is, using the hands as well as a support, I want you to try and raise the foot off the ground this way. You can really feel this. This is not a comfortable position. So really rolling over, find the position here, and then really try and raise the leg off the ground. Not a lot, but try and raise it that way. In this case, really use the hands as support. You can do this without the hands, but it's super difficult. So use the hands as support, just a couple of centimeters off the ground. Hold it a little bit if you like. So find the ground, very difficult. Find the ground and then raise it. You'll really feel this in the pelvis. So very difficult. One more time each side. Raise and lift off the ground. Raise the foot. Oh, that's it. Yeah, good. Okay, good. You're going to go into a downward facing dog, so just really slow. Just folding down. You do this as comfortably as you like, so you're going to create kind of A shape. If you need to, raise the heels off the ground. You keep the palms flat, head facing down this way. Just find a kind of comfortable position for you. Good. Okay, what you're going to do from here is just transfer the weight, rolling the leg. You're just going to come forward into this movement. So it's bringing the knees to the forearm, and then stretch it back. Find the position again. Stretch it through the shoulders. And then again, bring the knees to the elbow. Hold it a few seconds, and then roll back up. Stretch. Okay, back, knees to elbows. Rolling through. Rolling back. Okay, really stretch into this. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to do this one-handed. So I want you to take one hand. I want you to place it just in your center, just by the hips. I want you to really press from one hand now. Stretch out and just hold it for 10. Good. Okay, release it. Place the other hand down. Allow yourself to find the center. The one arm, just for 10. Release it. Good. Okay, you're going to go back down, back into a downward facing dog. I want you to now raise one leg off the ground, and you're just going to keep it straight back. Just raise it back here as high as you can, and then you're going to place it down. And then just raise the other leg. Raise, 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 as high as you can. If you can, in line with the back. And then just place it down. Just do 3 each side. Raise it. And then place it down. And again, raise it. Place it down. Last time, one side. Good. Last time on the left. Good. Okay, good. Okay. You're going to go into kind of this position. Here, what I want you to do, just for the knees to open, you're going to roll the knees back out this way, and then roll them back up. So roll them out, separate them, and then roll them back up this way. That's it. Just one more time. Roll them out, roll them back in. Good. And what I want to do is sit into this position, just here, if you can. And then what I want to do with the forearm, just make contact with the thighs, and just going to slightly push out the hip, push out the hip. So don't do this too much, just pushing out with the forearm into the hip, nice and soft, just that way. You're going to do is slightly increase it, so just place the hands on the knees. If you can't do this, just stick with the other one. What you want to do now is try and get the arms straight. So I'm going to just really press in and really try and straighten the arm. This is really for the shoulder joint. You're going to roll, press the shoulder, and see if you can really straighten the arm. That's it. So roll, press the shoulder, just as far as you can. That's it. One more each side. That's good. One more each side. Good. Okay, you're going to place one hand on the ground. There, and you're going to stretch up. And you're going to rotate over the top. Then you can use the pressure on the hand that's in the ground. It's going to press against the leg, and use this to really open the shoulder. Rotate up to the top. Good. And then just do that. Place the hand down. Stretch up. Roll up. What you're going to do is, I want you to fold the body down. I want you to bring the hands. You're going to use the hands. You're going to come down, bend, and you're going to bring the knees to the ground this way. I want you to do is find the flats and just come down into a SEIZA this way, this position. We're going to do this 3 ways. So the first, we'll do it 3 times using the hands, pressing out. You're going to fold the body this way, straighten the legs, and then just raise up. Okay, so you're going to go to a fold, find the hands, find the fold, knees to the ground, this way, flats of the foot, and just look for the SEIZA position. Good, and then just again, hands, feet, fold, and then standing up. Okay, good. You're gonna do this 3 more times. What you're gonna do now is without the hands. So you're gonna fold down. You can use the hands, but don't press into them. So come down to here, fold. I want you to just find the knees this way, down, keeping the balance. So without using the hands, and then find the flats. Good. And then just come back up. And again, see if you can not use the hands. Fold up, find the fold, find the stand. Good. So without the hands, if you need to use the hands, but try and avoid using the hands if you can. So fold onto the knees, flats of the feet, pressing down. Good. And then just coming back up. One last time. Come back up, find the ground. Good. Okay, and then we do 3 more. What you're going to do now is the same. Find the fold, find the knees, here, flat back. And then for this set, just use the hands. You're going to fold back and press up the body this way. This way, come back, find the knees, find the fold, and then come back down. Yeah, so just do this 3 times. Coming down, fold, find the knees, find the flats, reaching the arms back, stretch up, and bow the back of the body. And then come back into SEIZA, find the feet, find the fold, and standing. Good. One last time. So you fold, bend, knees to the ground, flats on the ground, back with the arms, and then arching the back all the way up. This way. Here. Rolling back. Flats, knees, roll up here. Okay, and I want you to do 1 more, and I just want you to make it fluid. So you can use the arms or not, but I just want you to kind of roll through it fluidly now. So finding the ground, find the knees, rolling back, arcing up, rolling up, find the knees, stand up. So try and do it fluidly. Try not to rush it, but just do 3. Just fluidly. And you can also explore slightly different variations on it. So kind of just follow your body through the movement. So from a fold to SEIZA to an arcing back. You can also bring the body all the way down if you like, from here, all the way down, and then coming back up that way. That way. You're going to go from here, this position, just a press up position. All you're going to do is change the hand. So you're going to bring the hands together, and you're going to bring the feet together, and then you're going to rotate over this way, and then come back. I want you to do the same side each time. So bring the hands together, bring the feet together, and then split them out. Okay? So you go like this. I'll try and show this way as well. So you bring the hands together, bring the feet together, roll over this way, supporting yourself with the shoulder here, and then find the back arm, find the back leg. And then just reverse it. Hands together, feet together, hands out. Yeah, and just do 3 times each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. That's it. Once you've done 3, just reverse the other side. So bringing the other hand in, the other foot, curling over, finding the hand, find the foot. That's it. Just 3 hands together, feet together, rotate. That way. Good. Okay, good. And then what I want you to do is do this fluidly now. So you're in this position, roll through, roll here, and then what you're going to do, rather than rotating back to the other side, you're going to go through this way. So you're going to have 1 full rotation. So spread here, find the back, and then you're going to continue over to the other side. This way. Yeah, and then go the other side. Roll, continue, rolling this way. So you go from a crawl, switch to a crab, and then switch all the way back. This way. If you find these very easy, then you can also do it this way. You can explore with the hands. So I'll show you a few variations. You can explore with just having this kind of movement. Right, just actually keep 1 contact point down. That way. Yeah, so you can really explore different kinds of movements. This way. So where I'm basically, in the basic, what I do is bring the hands together, the feet together, and I find a rotation this way. This means the pelvis is kind of aligned, quite comfortable. But in this case, what I'm going to do is fluidly roll out. Roll out. So I skip stages in the movement. This way. This is kind of swinging the body through. This way. And then swing the body out.